Hey guys, welcome back to Practically Creative. My name is Melissa. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Awesome. Thank you. Like to do a couple of things business-wise. I am doing the Dynamic Duo Challenge with Sylvia this year. We've decided we're going to make blocks of various things that we like in an 18 by 18 inch size. And we're picking a theme and then going with different ways of creating it. This month's theme is owl, and I'll show you our little block that we've got right here. This owl is done with Heat and Bond Light for Applique. Make sure she's up here. It is up here where you can see it. I created this one from a coloring page, and the link to that coloring page will be, I created this one with a coloring page. Here's the coloring page, and a link to this coloring page will be in the description box for you. You may notice that my block is not sewn yet. I wanted to put the sewing up as a separate video for those people who prefer ASMR. Seems that most people who are interested in the applique part don't really want to watch someone else sew, which is fine. I don't enjoy watching other people sew unless they're teaching me a brand new technique I've never seen. However, if you do like watching ASMR sewing, I'll put that video up separately for you guys, and you can feel free to watch it all you want. There won't be any talking on it, just the sewing machine and stitching around the things that are on here. So with all that said, let's get started making this block. Have a great day. Uh, Here's our pattern. It is an owl. It is from a place called Super Coloring Pages. The link will be in the description for you, so you should be able to get to that with no problem. I just wanted to show you that I'm using an evergreen fabric by Adita Sitar, and I hope I said her name right, of Laundry Basket Quilts. This is called, it says single scoop 5 by 500% cotton, and it's from Andover Fabrics. So there's my fabric line, just in case you want to get the fabrics yourself. And I'm going to show you real quick. These are all the fabrics that I didn't use, but everything in here is really pretty. So I have chosen the fabrics that I want to use, and I've kind of got an idea of where they're going to go. The other thing that I'm using today is I am using, let me see if I can find the little taggy on it, Heat and Bond Light. I'm using the purple so that I can sew through it without gumming up my needle or messing anything up. And I've already cut off a piece of this so that I can trace around my picture that I'm using here. And over the course of these block of the months from the Dynamic Duo here, I will be showing you different ways to applique, and Sylvia is doing hers as FPP. So you'll get a couple of different ways to do these things. What I'm going to do, I'm going to give myself plenty of space to draw these things. I'm going to start with my circle for my face. I'm making the little dashed line is so that I can tell where it's supposed to go underneath another piece. Now, ordinarily, the first thing I would tell you to do is to make sure that you have drawn your picture on the back, but we don't need to do that because this picture is symmetrical. So it doesn't matter which way I do it, it will still come out the same way. So there's my face. I put in my nose. I'm writing the name of the piece on here. You can number it if you prefer. And then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to draw in the little ear. It's back behind. And I'm going to do that on this side as well because I have fabric left over to do it, or space to do it. I try to be somewhat chintzy with my heat and bond. All right, and then let's see. Here is I1. That's that background piece. You don't have to worry if you don't draw super well. You can fix most of the little errors like that in the cutting. And I'm also going to be doing some freehand applique on this. So that will also cover multitudes of errors. Now, I'm not going to make you watch me draw this whole thing out. I just wanted you to get the idea. And I'll go ahead and draw, that's an eye. Two. I'm going to draw my circles here. Okay, so now we have everything drawn out. And I'm just going to do a large trim around this, giving myself extra room. A lot of these are going to be, well, almost all of these are going to be different colors. So there's our leftover heat and bond light. And we're going to put it away. And I will be keeping that big piece. You not keep all the scraps from the smaller one, but I will definitely be keeping the big one. So now that we've done that, I'm going to move my picture over to the side. And I'm going to start pulling my pieces that I wanted for various things here. Now I know But this is going to be my little round circles of the eyes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out the round circles. It's not going to hurt anything that I'm snipping the heat and bond, because it will still create a full seal on there, and it will still attach it to the fabric itself. Cutting out small things like this, I like to move the fabric rather than the scissors. There's the inside of one eye. I'll put that on the back there. And the inside of the other. And you don't have to do this the way I'm doing it. You can do two separate pieces. There's the two pieces for my outer eye. And then I need a bit of white for the inner eye. I'm just going to use, excuse me, a little piece of this white muslin that I have sitting here. White muslin doesn't really have a front or a back. So I'm going to choose one to be the front and one to be the back. And I'm going to iron this onto the back side of the fabric. Now you can do this as you go, or you can wait till you are completely done cutting everything out. But since all I've got to do is just set it down there, I'm going to set it on there and let that adhere while I cut out my next couple of pieces. Now, in case you have missed the background here, Sylvia is doing an owl block also, her own interpretation of it. And she's doing that owl block in foundation paper piecing. The outer eyes are adhered. And I'm going to adhere the inner eyes. They're pretty close together. And I'm going to put the tail here. Yeah, this is the other piece that I had chosen for the tail. And I'm trying to be conservative with my fabric also. There's still a lot of use in this. And because I'm doing it the way I'm doing it, I can lay those down under the iron while I cut the next piece. You see there's a big leftover piece of beaten bond there. I don't need all of that on there. So I've done this. my iron in here a little more. They fit on there almost perfectly. I'm going to go ahead and lay that down. Here are my two ears. Trim off the little edges. This one I got to choose a little. I get to choose a little bit. So I think I'm going to see if I can get those ears right on that green. Ooh, I like the bird on there though. So we'll use something different for the ears. Stay where you're at, you silly little thing. So I'm going to put the ears right down here. I'm going to cut the nose out of the middle of my face where I put it. And then I'm going to put the face on this because I want that dark color. So here's, excuse me, here's my wings. Why is Melissa not doing lives? It's because she has no voice. At least this way I can stop if I need a minute to take a break. All right, so this is what's going to be my wings. And I'm going to lay them both down on this charm square. And these are my feet, which I'm cutting out of the middle of the chest area. My wings are glued. So next I'm going to put down my nose and my two little feet. And then kind of would like to have as much of that bird on there as I can get. So let me turn the little edges up here of my piece. good to me. And then we'll set it on there for a couple of minutes so that heat and bond can do its thing. Now you'll notice, or you may have already noticed, that I didn't draw in this piece. And there's a reason for that. I'm going to put it on the block, but I'm not going to do it with heat and bond. I'm just going to choose a darker color that I don't want to use. I'm going to choose a darker color to create the tree branch with, and I only need about a half an inch. Where's my ruler? I need about a half an inch all the way down, and I'm just going to cut 2 half-inch strips to go across there, and then I'm going to use my regular glue and my sewing machine to make that work. And that's because I don't want to sit here and fight with cutting a half-inch strip of heat and bond and then trying to glue it on and blah blah blah. Not high on my priority list. Just over half an inch, so and I'm going to cut 3 in case I need 3 to go all the way across. I'm pretty sure that 2 will do it, but I'm going to do 3 anyway. And several of these items cross the branch anyway, so they will help hold it down as well. All right, so that's what's left of that one, and it's got that bird on there too. I really like that. Now, my pieces. Let me turn them over this way. So the size of these blocks is 18 by 18. We're going to make a quilt out of this, I think, when we're done. Or you could make cushion covers if you're making it along with us. I'm going to unfold my fabric. Like I said, it's 18 by 18, and I'm just moving scissors. And I already pretty much have my crosshatch in here because it's been folded. And I'm making my owl 12 by 12. If I decide to come back and do this as a cushion cover, it'll be the perfect size. And if I put it in a quilt, it'll give me a lot of room to quilt around there. So what I'm doing now is I'm folding my picture in half. Figure out where the half point of the picture is. Again, let's see if this works the way I want it to. Not sure if you can see through there, but the owl, I can see the owl through there. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start laying everything down. So that I get an idea of where it goes. Then I'll glue the applique together, and then I can center it on the fabric itself. So, thank you, Lisa Capon, for the trick, because I had no idea how to do this. Now here's why I put this baking mat down here, because it lets me pull this out so I can double check my placement on everything. I put those eyes on there so wrong. Okay, so here's my eyes. I'm going to move them over out of the way. And I'm going to peel the backing off the face. We've moved the whole owl over here. Well, the ears didn't stick, but that's okay. That's all that didn't stick. I'm doing pretty good. All right, let's give him some heat. Now remember, these little pieces out to the sides of the tree branch, they don't have any glue on them. But there are enough pieces that cross that tree branch. I think it'll hold it in place for me. And I'll just stitch them down when I go over to the sewing machine. I know I'm sliding my iron, but I have it pretty much pressed. Whoa, I thought I had it pretty much pressed down before I started doing that. So let's turn them around so you can see. Here's my owl. He's all in there. That didn't stick very well, but I have a solution for that. I think my heat and bond may be old, so we'll just give it a little bit of glue. I'm not doing much, just a couple of drops. But it'll stay in here because I'm going to be stitching it probably today. I just want enough to go on there and hold it down until I can stitch it. We'll give it a minute or two more of iron. And this is Elmer's Craft Bond. Oh, that's not very seeable on camera. And now that that glue has been ironed dry, so here is our block. We've got it all put together and it's on its 18 by 18 inch block. I'm going to take it over to the sewing machine and I'm going to do some embroidery on it. Just some simple stuff, a zigzag stitch or maybe even a straight stitch, because there are a lot of pieces and if I try to do a wide zigzag, it might get really crowded on here real quick. But I will put a picture at the end of it completely sewn up. And if you're interested in seeing the video for the sewing on this, it seems that most people don't enjoy watching the sewing part, but there are other people who literally only watch the ASMR sewing part of my videos. So what I'm going to do from here on out is I will put the sewing part of a video up as a separate video for you guys. For those people who just want to listen to the relaxing sounds of the sewing, don't want to listen to me talk or don't want to look at the other stuff, but they just want to listen to that. I understand completely because I like listening to and watching videos where people pressure clean like sidewalks and stuff. So yeah, I'll do what I can to accommodate you guys on that. So I'll put a picture in at the end of the video that shows this all sewn up, that shows the owl with all its sewing done, but I won't make you guys sit through that. So I hope you have a great day and thank you for watching. Now here's where we get magic.